All right, Psalm 133. Let's call this one Commanded in this psalm that starts out relatively famously with verse 1, which reads, Behold, how good and pleasant it is when brothers dwell in unity. Is that whole concept of being pleasant seems to be symbolized in illustrations used in verses 2 and 3. Verse 2 talking about the precious oil on the head running down the beard of Aaron, in verse 3 talking about like the dew of Hermon, which falls on the mountains of Zion. And we might not immediately begin to be able to relate to the way in which oil running down the head or the beard might be refreshing, but maybe liken it to being in a cold, dry climate in a time when your skin begins to crack, and the thing that might bring it relief is oil. Likewise, the dew of Hermon, we might not be able to relate to the way in which dew is refreshing in the way that grass would, but understand in a dry climate, you might likewise need a drink of water, and dew seems to form or fulfill that same function for the vegetation. And so when he is talking about the way in which unity is pleasant, he is illustrating the way in which unity is pleasant in the same way that oil can bring relief to dry skin and dew can bring refreshment to the environment. He is saying that unity seems to be able to bring refreshment to the people and the environment in which it is a fixture. But beyond that, we have looked at a number of Psalms that talk about the way in which going beyond our unity, God can add a level of verification to a place that goes beyond human control. And so when the Psalm ends up in verse 3, for there the Lord has commanded the blessing, life forevermore. Once again, the psalmist is reminding us that beyond the benefits that come with unity or the relief that mere unity can bring to a situation, God can add a further blessing to that situation that defies human control and understanding. As we mentioned before, our ambitions or the ambitions of our hearts can be many, but one of the difficulties in life can be in fulfilling those ambitions. This psalmist is reminding us of the ways in which unity can create the kind of environment in which God begins to fulfill ambitions in ways we never could on our own.